Hello and welcome back to Cuzzwords. This is episode 9 coming to you on October 5th, 2025. I'm your host, Madison, joined by my co host.
It's Michael.
Yep, there we go.
Wait, is this episode 9 or episode 10?
I'm getting tired of your jokes.
It's not a joke. I'm asking seriously.
It is. And clearly we made a mistake in doing this because Michael just wants to keep making the jokes here. But no, we recorded in episode 0. So maybe in your head or in your mind you're getting confused. This is in fact
Numbers are tough.
episode 9, but it is the 10th episode. And so we have episode 10 is when we're going to start planning on doing our release schedule. And we're going to hopefully, I think, spend the next 5 weeks figuring out the game plan for getting our full on setup going while we're releasing this. So getting a quote unquote setup, which is probably just going to be 2 different mics.
That's a good start.
2 different, yeah, yeah. Instead of sharing one mic, 2 different mics and maybe a camera. But tell me, bud, what's your week been like? How's the new dad thing going for you?
I don't even know what time it is. Is it morning? Is it afternoon? Is it night?
Oh, that bad, huh?
It's not in 100% of the time bad. I mean, he has moments where he sleeps, but unfortunately, a lot of the time that's not when I want to sleep.
Yeah. Well, you got
or I can't sleep because I'm at work.
You got him playing a support role in your multiplayer games yet?
Unfortunately, he has not figured out how to hold a controller.
Well, what's going on? It's been 2 months.
Yeah, he's a little behind the learning curve. We'll get him there.
Okay, all right, well, that's good. What's the first game you want to get him on? Or you want to start him slow? Are you gonna make him do what you had to do and work your way up from SNES to N64 all the way up?
I think so that he put a VR headset on him.
He's gonna. Well, I wouldn't do that so young. He might not know what actual reality is at that point. But I think there's a certain level of discipline that you learn from having to play those older style games where you had to literally keep trying until you fail. I mean, keep failing until you succeed. That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Well, I mean, what's the new age version? Like Super Meat Boy or something like that? Just make him play that first.
That would be rough. That's a tough one to just jump in on. Why not start him with something like, Donkey Kong Country? It's great. It's easy. It's rewarding.
I don't have an SNES.
Oh, nowadays, man, you can get something set up on an emulator.
Just get an emulator for him.
Yeah, and you should put a GameCube controller in his hand so he gets used to it. So that way, when we get him into Smash Bros, he'll be used to holding that controller.
Well, he's still a ways away from comprehending a video game, but we'll see what.
Oh, it's never too early to start planning.
Yeah.
Yeah. You set him up. You start putting money away for his college fund, and then you also start planning on his career path in video games.
Yes, his esports career.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. You're gonna have to live vicariously through him because of your.
Look,
hey, listen, he's not gonna
never
have
too
to.
late for me.
He's never gonna have to grow up in the age of. Damn it, my internet's too bad.
He also will grow up in an age where it's glorified to be a professional gamer versus you have to hide it in the closet.
That's true. Yeah, back when I was in school, you would think that we
were in
were
a locker for talking about video games in school.
Yeah, you would think we were running a drug ring or something. We're looking over our shoulders, making sure nobody was around to hear us when we start talking about video games, because it was not.
They got kids Fortnite dancing, and the kids that don't even play the games want to know about the game, the culture of the game, and understand it, even if they're not actually involved in playing it.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think he'll have that love for soccer? I just don't know if he's going to be able to grow into that around
It
here.
didn't come for me until after I was 18 years old. So,
Well, I would think that he'll
It's
have.
acquired taste.
I think he'll have. You showing it to him. Maybe it's something that you guys can get into together. But
He would have loved the game today that I watched this morning. It was an outstanding game if you're a fan of Everton, and I am, and I loved it.
well, I guess the problem being it's just not a very popular sport here in this country.
No.
And you don't even have a team. Like your team is a team from another country.
Yeah, I mean, I could latch on to a professional team stateside, but I like following the best of the best, and the best of the best they play in Europe.
And you said you decided to be a communist at what age?
It was about 18.
18?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny though that like soccer, it has that label of being a socialist communist sport, but it's the way its financial situation works. It's actually probably the most capitalistic sport in the world.
More capitalistic than like the NFL.
Oh, absolutely.
NBA.
Every American sport has a salary cap, and that doesn't exist in soccer.
I think it's because you probably can't, and I might be wrong about this, but I don't know if across different countries you could set a level of salary cap, and then also have like the ability to monitor that on a country by country basis. Like people would be able to people would be able to figure out ways around the rules. I would think at that point, so it's probably almost easier for them to not have a salary cap. I could be wrong about that.
You get teams that are backed by Saudi, and they dominate because
the
how
money.
much money you're willing to throw at it. And
Yeah.
If Saudi were to buy an American team, they'd still be hampered by, at least in the NFL and the NBA, salary cap. Now, Major League Baseball is the closest because you can pay a luxury tax to avoid certain salary cap restrictions, like the Los Angeles Dodgers, New York Yankees. They pay higher luxury taxes to then afford more players at higher costs.
So speaking of the Saudis, they just bought Electronic Arts.
Yeah.
EA, the big video game producer with hits like Titanfall. And
every major sports franchise practically. I mean, the only one that comes to mind that's not EA is NBA 2K, which is obviously 2K games.
Right.
Besides that, EA's got Madden. They've got I take it back. I can't think of one more. MLB The Show. That's San Diego Studios, owned by Sony. But college football, which is obviously huge since its release last year, and the new version coming out this year, and apparently they've acquired the rights to college basketball. So EA, they have hockey, they have EA 26, that's soccer. They have golf, a lot of major sports, and now that's all owned by Saudi.
Well, this will be an interesting. This will be interesting. It seems like for the last. Like, outside of Nintendo, it seems like most of the bigger video game companies are based in America. And game producers are based in America.
You got Project Red. They're Polish, I want to say.
Well, I guess Mojang. We could throw Mojang in there. Yeah. They were, what, Swedish?
Well, of course, everything like Nintendo and a lot of Sony is based in Japan.
Well, right.
But most of what Microsoft owns at this point is probably U.S. based.
Oh, pardon my ignorance. I didn't realize that Sony was based in Japan.
Not necessarily Sony, but a lot of the studios, like Square Enix.
Okay.
Which is Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts. That's Japanese based, and of course, like everything Nintendo.
Well, while we're on the topic of video games, what are your thoughts? Because I'm sure you've seen it, and we hadn't talked about it. I wanted to bring it up earlier, but I said no. We should. I told myself we should save it for this. But thoughts on Microsoft's new pricing increase for Game Pass?
I've already decided I'm dropping it.
Really?
I mean, I need to cut back financially anyway, and that made it pretty easy. I mean, I'm going to keep Xbox Live, but no more Game Pass.
What do you think was their incentive there? Do you think that they're trying to recoup their investment on the Activision acquisition? That's kind of my take, is that they're trying to make their money back there. And now they have broken it down into different tiers nowadays. So I think, and I may be wrong, I'd have to pull it up, but I think you can kind of keep the same, like the same Game Pass, and you just want to have the premium version, which won't give you access to like the new releases.
And maybe something I could consider, but I'm not going to $30 a month. I mean, it's just absurd for it, unless you're practically trying a game every day or two, a new game. I mean,
So
it's not worth it.
I could be wrong, but I feel like this is Microsoft telling the world, "Hey, we're dropping the Xbox." I think this is their first step into turning into a video game like service, as opposed to like being the Netflix basically of video games, where they're going to have their video games available on every platform. You'll probably see it on the Switch. You'll probably see it on Sony's PlayStation, and I think they just want to get rid of the hardware side of things. They may continue to make controllers, or they may let Sony and Nintendo license different controller options, because I think there's a lot of people, myself included, that have become really accustomed to the layout of the Xbox controller, which is a big reason why I don't like PlayStation. Actually, is the layout of their controller. I know there are third-party options available, but I've never been all that interested in using a PlayStation controller. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that? There's been a lot of talks and rumors on that in the past, that it could just be them wanting to move into just the platform. They're already, they're already on Windows. They put a lot of their they've done a licensing deal, obviously, when they acquired Mojang. They did Minecraft is multi-platform now. Do you think I personally feel that they're going to move to that for all of their games?
I can see it, but I feel like it's not necessarily in the near future. I feel like we may still be 5+ years away from it, because I don't know if they have necessarily a plan for a next generation, but they may still support the Xbox Series XS or whatever it's called.
Well, they did just do
a little bit longer.
They did just do a pricing increase.
Yeah, and they're also releasing the handheld pretty soon, which is they're going to obviously support it for a while.
I had forgotten about the handheld, but this could also come. I mean, now that they own Activision and they've got this subscription service there, do you think that this could just be they're like, hey, we have Call of Duty now, and they're just they're trying to make a little bit of money off of the Call of Duty crowd?
Yeah, I mean, it was always fun back in the day as like a Halo kid to be like, we're Xbox, we're Halo, you're PlayStation, you're Call of Duty, and now it's just all muddled together. I mean, even Gears of War was kind of tied in with that, and now Gears of War's on PlayStation. Like the whole console war thing is completely dead.
Call of Duty was multi-platform even back then.
It was, but it was not. It was definitely supported and loved more by the PlayStation side.
Yeah,
for a long time before it became universally liked across all platforms.
I do miss those days of we're playing
South Park making fun of the console war.
Yeah,
back in the day, and now it's just not even a thing. It's almost at this point, it's consoles had to band together to fight PC.
I don't even know if that's true. I feel like there's two different types of gamers. There's the console folks, and then there's the PC folks. The PC folks tend to understand technology a little bit better, at least in my experience. And console gamers, they target consoles towards, the guy that's working the 9 to 5, coming home, just wants to kick his feet up and play some Xbox on his TV.
Easily accessible.
Yeah, I think we can
Not
all say
checking for an update every time you log in and seeing what you got to install.
I think we can all say, though, that VR has been a total failure. Virtual reality.
I think in the long run, it'll find its way, but I don't like the current iterations of it.
So I was talking with one of our friends, Bone, the other day, I was telling him, like, I remember back when I was a kid thinking that in the future that the gamers were going to be the people that were like the most in shape because virtual reality was going to be so immersive. We'd be running on like a treadmill that could run in any direction and have like a full body kit and be running around like in our living rooms playing VR. I don't see that future anymore. It's almost like a Ready Player One style, but this is way before that movie came out. Um,
VR would be its best if you actually had like a full room that supported it.
a full room.
Yeah,
I mean, and there would be plenty of people that would be like,
but that costs way too much money for the average consumer.
I mean, there are a lot of gamers I think that would be willing to go to that extent, but the games on VR just aren't there. You know, my I've got the Quest. I've got the Quest 2, and I've played a couple of games on it. I mean, it's pretty immersive, but it's just not. It's not to the level that of Halo 2 back in the day or Halo 3 back in the day. Like, you can't get that competitive fix. I feel.
This is what I've noticed, and I mean, I could be completely ignorant here to a game that I haven't seen, but of all the VR games that I've seen, every single one of them, or practically all of them, I see a teaser trailer for it. I see a gameplay breakdown of it. It's all about the tech of what you can do with this VR setup. But there's two reasons that have always stood out to me as why I want to play a game. One, good gameplay. Two, good plot. And the VR side of the gameplay aspect still has a ways to come because there's just things about it that aren't smooth a lot of the times, or they're very niche components to how you play the game. But I can tell you one thing: I haven't seen a single VR game that I thought that's going to be a good plot.
Oh, that's a good point. There's
like not a
really
single good story VR game.
You're right. There have not really been any good.
Maybe there's one out there that slipped under the radar for me, but I have yet in years of seeing VR releases one that was like, oh, that'll be a good story. So that's what somebody making a VR game needs to focus on right now. Instead of we can make this action complete using VR, just tell a good story. And there's probably good stories that could be told that also incorporate VR in a unique way. But tell a good story first.
So you think a big part of VR adoption is going to be like say a game, maybe it's like a game like Fallout. Well, of course I've never played Fallout. I don't know Fallout story, or let's say instead of Fallout, maybe something like Last of Us VR. Like, you think a good like storyline would make a difference for people?
But I mean, it doesn't just need to be a VR iteration of a game that already existed and had its high moment. Like, we need a unique IP with VR that breaks ground and like makes and is like, wow, this is a great game to play because it's either good gameplay or good story or both. Like, this year we've had, I would say, the most surprising and in a very positive way game that came out that everybody loved, the unique gameplay and the absolutely just mesmerizing, captivating story was Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It took the world by storm when it came out, and if VR could have that type of game that grabs everybody's attention for a month or however long it's on the scene as like the game to play, that's when VR takes the next step. But there's not been a single VR game that's come out that like everybody's saying, "Oh, you got to try this."
How would you feel if Bethesda came out? Well, Bethesda came out and said that the next Elder Scrolls game was going to be exclusive to VR.
There'd be riots in the streets.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be a game that has no foundation on another platform or style of playing. Like, it's got to be something that's like, this is exclusive to VR, and we can't do this without VR. That's what VR needs, is a game that's like, if you tried to play it on a console, on PC, with a mouse and keyboard, with a controller, it wouldn't be right. You have to have the VR component to make the gameplay work and make the story make sense.
I just don't think the tech's there at this point. I think we'd be missing the tech. I see a bigger future in the gaming space, in my opinion, in not VR but augmented reality. Kind of some things that the Quest 3's done with the
Pokemon
cameras.
Go, baby.
Cameras on the front. Yeah, but a little bit different. I mean, imagine if you're sitting on the other side of the room and I'm on one side of the room. We both have headsets on and we're able to control tanks that are fighting each other on the ground. Right? We could, to me, that's something that could be kind of fun. And it could sense the environment, and it knew what was available. We could, imagine as kids having something like that, where you set up like different boxes and different, you move the furniture around to create different obstacles, and
a holographic toy room, essentially.
Yeah. See, that to me, that sounds like something that I think would be the next step before we get into full immersive VR.
Yeah. No, that would be cool. I mean, I think I gravitated towards video games pretty quickly for a young age versus like playing with the physical toys. But I could definitely see a lot of people that would leave a greater impression on, especially younger people getting into gaming. They'd be more likely to go to that augmented gaming before they actually went into like console PC video gaming, because it's like the next step. It's like you play with your Hot Wheels, then you play with the holographic ones, then you start playing video games.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, how many hours did we spend building like Hot Wheel tracks and stuff? How cool would it have been if we were both wearing headsets in your basement, in your parents' basement, and then going around and like setting up a Hot Wheel track over all the stuff.
You probably spent a lot of time setting it up, and then I spent like 10 seconds destroying it.
In VR. Well, yeah, but imagine if we could have done that in VR and just been able to set up a track that runs all the way around. And then maybe it could swap into first person, so you could like...
That'd be cool. That remind me of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, which I played a lot of back in the day, where it's like my favorite thing to do is you set up the coaster, and then you go into first person view to ride it.
Yeah.
So that'd be pretty awesome.
Ooh, that would be kind of tricky though in augmented reality.
Yeah.
To swap it into first person, you'd have to have that. Basically, what you were saying is you'd have to have like a full room dedicated to it, because you'd have to have cameras in like all angles for it to be able to generate something like that. But no, I think there's some potential with the VR and augmented reality in the future of games. But I was Michael and I just got finished, and we probably watched it too long, and we should have been recording this episode, but we were getting lost watching one of Michael's favorite streamers, Asmongold, play a game called what is it?
Mega Bonk?
Mega Bonk, yeah, which I personally think is probably the future of gaming. I think we're going to be moving away from the competitive.
You were saying that you're already ready to wrap this thing up so you can start playing it now.
Well, yeah, that's what I said. I was like, I want to
speed run this podcast episode
so that I could jump on and play. Yeah. It looks like a lot of fun. I mean, it's my kind of game. I play.
It does look pretty fun.
I've been playing games like Realm of the Mad God, which is a game that not a lot of people know about, I'm sure. But just little quick like one-offs. Like you got one life. It's like an RPG style where you level up and then you can just get better stuff and better ways.
It's a looter shooter in a way.
Yeah.
Not a first person one though. Obviously, it's third person. You can change camera angle, make it more top down, or stay more behind your character. But yeah, you're picking up all sorts of different customizable options. And it's somewhat luck based, although you had options a lot of the time. So even with the luck RNG factor, you could still make decisions strategically within those choices to upgrade your character. And there was a game that I was thinking of. I can't remember what it is that it also reminded me of that I think we used to play back in the day.
Oh, I made a game with zombies in it by any chance?
It did have sort of
It's
that
a
like
top down. It's a top down
well,
shooter.
it's got that like all direction projectile feel to it.
Yeah, yeah.
That did as well. Where you're not necessarily aiming, you're just
Well, that game was a little bit more about aiming, but
yeah.
the song to that was killer, and a lot of people probably don't even remember that game. If you feel free to go look it up on YouTube, but it was a quick game. Each round lasted like 15 minutes, and you're just trying to beat your high score. It was an Xbox indie game, and then the guy that made the game was in the background singing like a heavy metal song about how he made the game and how it only cost him $1. So you better pay for it, because back then it was you could play the first 2 minutes as a trial for like all indie games, and so it's just him singing, and then it's got like this very heavy metal theme to it. But I've always been a fan of those top downs. I do think that games like that are probably going to be what the next generation looks at. So something like this Mega Bong, not Mega Bong,
Mega bonk.
Mega Bonk. Right. Sorry, I was thinking about something in Colorado.
Mega bonk.
And
But look, I still think in terms of your AAA developers that are pouring stupid amounts of resources into games that not necessarily are any good, but they still love the flashy and shiny stuff. Like, this game was not graphically, I'm not going to say it was bad, but it wasn't impressive. And that's
there's a cartoon element.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a certain space there for like games that are always trying to break new barriers in terms of graphic fidelity, and that's always going to.
That's fair, but let me ask you this:
okay.
Think about the difference between PUBG and Fortnite. The popularity.
Yeah.
Like PUBG comes out, and then Fortnite comes out doing the exact same thing. Which one? One was like high graphics, high like realism. The other one was just more cartoon style. And then Fortnite just takes off.
PUBG, I think, had some miscalculations that caused them to not continue to grow. They didn't do a very good job with cheaters and bots. And meanwhile, when Fortnite came out, Fortnite understood its player base a lot better. It also released on console initially, which you're also going to find more younger gamers on console, so their player base exponentially grew.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Fortnite was a more polished game as well, so it was always going to have more longevity.
It is really funny if you look at like where Fortnite started. Like, they were originally just going to be a zombie survival game.
It didn't even look like the same game. I mean, even from when they went from that to Battle Royale, from where they started at Battle Royale to where they are now is, I haven't played the game in years, but it's like it doesn't even look. All these tie-ins, it's ridiculous. They've had about almost every single franchise in any video game entertainment, just absurd crossovers.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really popular. It's like if you've got such an install base like that, I mean, I think it's. I mean, I don't have the numbers, but I think I want to say it's probably second to maybe Minecraft as far as like kids player base.
Yeah,
it's like when you have that level, I mean, yeah, anything else you throw in there, and they'll be like, "Oh, I remember that from Fortnite." They're gonna want to go try it. It's a great marketing ploy. I mean, if they've done like, haven't they done things with like Doritos and other sponsors like that?
It's hard to keep up. They've done. I don't even. It seems like I hear about some sort of new Fortnite event or crossover on a weekly basis, but they've had Halo, they've had Marvel, Star Wars, they've had Family Guy.
You want an excuse to make fun of me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I've been playing a battle royale lately.
What's it called?
It's called Wormate.
What?
Wormate.
Never heard of it.
WORMMATE. Wormate. You should look it up. I know it's not great for the because this is audio only, but you should look up the gameplay.
Can we do it right now?
Yeah, oh yeah. I want you to do it right now.
Meanwhile, while I'm looking this up, and maybe this could be saved for a episode when we have video, but I love watching you know those YouTube videos where it's like it's got like a graphic that's showing you like a graph of most watched TV shows or most played video games from a certain time span. You ever seen any
Yeah,
videos like that?
yeah.
I would like to watch one on video games on the and TV shows too, and be like, that surprised me, or I knew that was coming, stuff like that.
Okay.
I'm sure Minecraft was probably at the top of the list for a while, and
Oh, it's still up there.
Fortnite probably had its moment too.
So it's
Wormmate.
wormates.io. It is.
Oh, wait a second. I think I know what this is. When you said .io, I'm like, is that game where you're like trying to eat the other ones?
Yep.
Yeah.
You start out as a really tiny worm, and there's like food everywhere, and you go around and you pick up the food, and
There was another .io that was like this,
yeah.
where you're just a big old blob. You weren't a worm.
Oh, interesting. Well, that one, it's a battle royale, and basically you can eat other worms, but the only way to eat them is if they run into your like the side of you. So even a big worm can run into the side of a small worm and die. And then when they die, you can eat all the food that they've eaten, and you can grow. I don't think it's like all of it, but
I think it's agar.io. Agario.
agar.io.
Have you ever heard of that one? I think that's one where you're just like large circular cells trying to take over the other ones.
But dude, I bet I sunk 6 hours into that game this week, just playing it. It's one of those games, and I also played a little bit of no, not Age of Empires. I played Age of Mythology, um, this past week. So it's just those games where you start out, and then when you're done, you're done. Like that's the end of the game. Like there's the days of me jumping into something where when you like first start out, you're not good at the game, and then it takes like like Halo 2, Halo 3 back in the day. Yeah, they had a level up system, but it was more of you're not playing this game so you can earn that really cool skin. You're playing it so that you can like get better at the game, and the whole incentive of playing is to get better at the game.
Hmm.
Yeah, those days I just don't have the time to sink into it.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say. Is both of us don't really have the time to play as much anymore. Me over the last month, especially, it's gone down dramatically. But if I do get on these days, I'm pretty much playing two different things. I'm achievement hunting MCC, or I'm trying to get the last achievement on the finals.
What achievements have you getting on MCC?
So I've got over half of the MCC achievements at this point. I have been working through the ODST campaign, getting some achievements, and I basically just got through the last one that's not like par score or time or beating the game on legendary, which I'm going to save that for later because I'm kind of tired of playing ODST. So I was thinking about either going to Reach and starting on the Reach ones, or working through some of the cross game playlist achievements.
Okay.
And I'm still 3 away from lassoing Halo 1, which I got to 2 betrayals, and I just started it, and I noped out of it about 30 seconds into the mission and haven't tried it since.
I ever tell you the story? Remember back in the day when I would do a little bit of that Xbox modding stuff? I would do little things like Halo 2 was big because it was really easy to mod the maps on there, and then I would take that online, and then I'd get banned, and then yada yada. But one thing that I did in middle school, there was a guy that went to school with me, and he was really having trouble getting this one achievement, and I said, "Hey, I can mod that achievement in for you." So that shows
I think
that
you told me you did this. Yeah.
Did I tell you the full story? Did I tell you what I did?
I think you told me it was. I just remember you telling me it was not a very difficult achievement.
Well, no. So, it was. I think it was kind of a rougher achievement that was hard for him. He just couldn't get it, and so one day he comes over. He brings his Xbox hard drive, his 360 hard drive with him. I connected into my computer with some special tools that I had back then, and I gave him that achievement, but I also 100%ed the Hannah Montana game as well as the Barbie game. So it looked like he had been grinding the both of those games all the way through. And he stopped talking to me after that.
Wow.
I I thought that was a pretty just clever joke.
That's
but,
free gamer score.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, I mean he got his gamer score up, but that was he was not a fan of me doing that. I thought that was just a little harmless prank there, but evidently people online were trolling him for it. You know how vicious we were back in the day.
Well, did it have the date? It's like you 100% of them both on the same day.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny.
it was man. I remember there was some really cool stuff we could do back then. I definitely remember being on the original Halo Reach and like jumping on a game or a campaign level and then taking that campaign save, putting it on my computer, and then changing it so that I had unlimited ammo or whatever, sticking it back into the Xbox, and then being able to play through the level with unlimited ammo and all this, stuff that's easy to do now in Master Chief Collection. You just couldn't do it back then. It's as simple as turning on a skull. Mm-hmm. But man, I do miss those days. Back then, and I know I've said it before, but it felt like the downfall of the Xbox environment was the invention of party chat.
Yeah, nobody talks in the game they're playing anymore.
Yeah. So it was if you wanted to play with your friends, and I think you're about to say this, if you wanted to play with your friends back then, you had to be on the same game, playing in the same lobby, which was great because you'd be playing Halo, and the people from school or your friends would be playing Halo, and then you'd have that one stupid dude in your group of friends that thought Call of Duty was better, and he would want to be playing Call of Duty, but he'd be peer pressured to jump onto Halo, and so you'd always have a full team going in.
Yeah.
But then they came out with party chat, and then all of a sudden you could be playing on different games across different environments and be able to communicate with each other, which killed the communication in games.
So I feel like even to a certain extent, it like I got so accustomed to just hear whatever I wanted when I'm playing games now that like when somebody's in game chat, I don't want to hear it. I've completely 180'd from how I was as a kid when it's like I need to hear the comms, I need to hear people talking about what's going on in the game, and now it's like if I'm playing a game and I'm in the game chat and I start hearing somebody else talking, whether they're actually seem like they're trying or they have their mic turned on with music in the background or whatever, I'm just immediately like, nope. And I go into party chat just to not hear it.
Well, you're telling me if you jump in a game of, let's say you're playing Halo Infinite, you jump in a game of Infinite, and there's a guy on that team who's being like super sweaty, and he's doing like true call outs and stuff. You're like,
probably don't want to hear it.
You really?
And part of my competitive drive is gone. If I'm playing a game, I want to win, but I'm not calling out, and I don't want to hear the call outs anymore. I guess it bothers me. I want to hear the game sound, and that's it.
Oh man, that's almost like a little bit of you died.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, back in
and I think
the day,
Party Chat did that because like before Party Chat, I was fine with whatever.
Yeah. I remember meeting, like, that's how you made friends on Xbox back in the day, was party chat. I mean, it was game chat. Like, you would jump into a game, you'd be playing Halo 2 or whatever, and you would meet people, and then all of a sudden those folks turn into, like, friends for, like, your entire career on Xbox. Like, I can remember vividly gamer tags that of people that I used to like play with, and I'm not gonna say them in case it's still their gamer tag or whatever, but I mean I could list off more than a handful of people that I would know their gamer tag. I don't even know their real names, but I know their gamer tag, and we played for years together. I think it's kind of nuts. It's an unfortunate thing that they had to
Of
introduce
course,
that.
at this point, getting older, it's like now I look at my friends list from that I still had from back in the day, and now like people's like names say last online 400 plus days ago or something like that, and it's like we're all just old. We're all just old men now.
Yeah, that's true. And even yeah, it's kind of sad. I bet I could scroll through my friends list and see like people that haven't been online in 10 years. Yeah. But also those people that are on your friends list that haven't been on in 10 years, you're never going to not unadd them because it's
Yeah.
like I've had so many good memories with that, and it's just like a nostalgic thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I I do miss those nostalgic days. Which there's a guy that I've been seeing pop up on like YouTube and TikTok where he goes in and he trolls game chat. You ever seen this guy?
I've seen a few of them.
Dude's pretty funny.
Some people that do different impressions of stuff. I like one where the guy goes in and he's got a recorder, and he records other people talking in the game chat and then plays it back for him.
Yeah.
The things that they said. Yeah, there's a few good ones. Of course, the problem is this is going to sound so Halo fanboy of me, but it seems like the majority of those videos they're playing COD, so I don't want to watch the video anymore.
They're always playing COD.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't want to watch this.
Well, let me tell you why they're playing COD, because that's where people are actually in game chat.
There's still proximity chat in
Yeah, and that's why, because team chat's a thing there.
it. Yeah,
and
it's the only good thing COD still has going for it.
Yeah, no. Well, now you can get it for $30 a month on Xbox's new Elite Pro plan or whatever it's called.
No thanks.
The Ultimate Game Pass. They should have just called it the Call of Duty Pass.
I'll stick with the finals, and I'll get Arc Raiders, which is made by the same people whenever it comes out.
Arc Raiders?
Best gunplay, best first-person shooter gunplay on the market right now, in my opinion.
Don't jinx it, my
and
guy.
I'm not the only person that says that. What's his name? I think he's a pretty big streamer. He's kind of popular. What is it? Wet Critical Hit. Oh, Moist Critical. That's his name.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with Charlie's
He agrees. Yeah. Charlie says the finals is number one.
And this new game coming out, like, see, Michael tends to get really, really hyped up for games.
Not anymore.
And then they
No Man's Sky
often disappoint. Yeah.
I should pop in No Man's Sky sometime. I still have it. It's gone through about 1 million updates.
But the thing is, you actually don't have it.
I do have it.
No, because it's for some reason that disc is in an Xbox in my house.
What?
Yeah,
I need to get it just so I won't play it.
Oh, just so you won't play it. But Michael, I remember seeing No Man's Sky, and I remember all these promises they were making. This was what 2011. Like it was.
I don't remember when they first announced it. I remember it came out. I think like 2016.
Okay, maybe 2016.
But they announced it.
It's been nearly 10 years, but I remember them all these promises they were making on stuff, and I'm like, our technology's not there yet. And Michael was buying the hype, something fierce. He's like, dude, this is it. This is gonna be the game. Like,
they weren't completely wrong on some of the stuff they said.
Too late to explore the Earth, too early to explore the universe, and it's like this is gonna feel that need in me, that level of getting out there and exploring stuff.
Infinite
like I'm gonna be able to claim a planet that's gonna be my planet. I can name it whatever I want, and then it comes out and it's just trash. I mean, it's just straight trash. And
it was.
I knew for a fact that technology did not exist yet. But Michael, man, he was like, I think he might have been like the last midnight release you went to. Like he was.
I didn't go to it. I think the last midnight release I went to it wasn't MCC because I didn't get MCC at release. I don't remember what it was, but it was not No Man's Sky. I was done with midnight releases at that point.
Oh, well, I went to I think the last midnight release I went to was the release of the Xbox One. I did do that at midnight. And then
I'm trying to think if I got The Last of Us at midnight release.
And then me and the girl I was dating at the time both bought an Xbox. And then I got that Xbox and for you for Christmas so that your parents could give you an Xbox to you for Christmas. They only let you buy one Xbox at a time. So I brought my girlfriend with me.
Mm.
I bought one, and then I also bought her one, which was really just the one that you used and was given to you for Christmas.
I think there was a midnight release that also included a Smash Brothers tournament in Auburn. I don't remember what the game was. Maybe it was Smash Brothers.
You're right. You're right. There was something like that. What was that for? Titanfall?
I don't remember. I don't think it was for a Smash Brothers release, but I don't remember what game it was for.
I remember going to that.
I remember when I was in college, I thought it was just so much fun to go to whatever. Like I would just get, I would get a game I wasn't even that hyped up for pre-ordered for midnight release just to go to a midnight release.
Yeah,
like it was specifically a college thing where I thought that was a fun thing to do.
I remember when the guy that worked at the GameStop there, he had the same last name as us, and then we didn't know if he was related to us or not. And then he was like, "Hey, do you know this a shotgun Giddens?" And then we're like, "I have no idea." And then it's because obviously we're in Alabama, and that's about the most country Alabama name ever. Somebody named Shotgun.
Yeah.
And then I think you said you asked your parents about it and said, "Oh, that sounds familiar."
Yeah.
So we might have just ran into an extended relative of ours when we were out there. But it's been
I kind of miss it. I kind of miss the midnight releases, but I don't at the same time.
I miss the midnight Super Smash Brothers. They're sitting there just playing Smash Brothers for hours, and then us literally just like running it back after every game.
You enjoyed grinding Smash Brothers more than I did. I enjoyed playing like maybe for like an hour, and then I was ready to switch it up.
No, it might have felt like an hour because your sense of time might have been diluted.
But it was definitely longer than you. You were willing to go a lot longer playing Smash than I was.
That is true. That's true. Well, I think you're wanting to sit there and just get your butt handed to you over and over again. When I was in after I've been in Colorado,
I can only play Zelda to stand a chance. I mean, it's just
the problem in Colorado was that I had like a local tournament down the street when I was living out there, and we would like go every session. I'd met folks. I'd invite people over. We'd play Smash Bros. And then our one of our friends at the time, this dude's name was Peter. He picked up Zelda, which is literally Michael's main, just to fight me on my my NES main.
Did he see that Zelda was effective with me and was like, "Oh, I'm going to do that"?
I don't remember. I honestly.
Did he pick it up? I'm pretty sure I picked it up before he did.
Yeah, you were doing it when we were at Auburn.
Yeah.
So I just straight up told him, I said, "Look, the best counter that you're going to find is going to be Zelda to this NES." And I think he just decided he liked it because he was also a big Legend of Zelda fan. Like he had Legend of Zelda tattoos and everything. And he's like, "Well, okay, I can do this."
The funny thing was whenever we did doubles and we were both Zelda.
Oh, like you guys were in amazing sync, and it was like
the Din's fire
everywhere. You would like Din's fire. Like I remember one time in particular, you guys just perfectly setting it up to just completely screw me over from both angles, and like it was like you guys fired your Din's fire both at the same time. Oh my gosh, yeah, no, that was good. I should really call him. I hadn't talked to him in a while. Last time I checked, he was working as a teacher somewhere. He moved across the country. He was working as a teacher. It's wild. He has a kid now too.
Maybe they could be a duo on Smash Brothers Ultimate Saga.
No, it's
Ultimate Saga Squared, Melee Infinite, repeated.
Well, I'll tell you, we lost him to League of Legends. That was the problem. He fell into the League of Legends addiction.
Lol.
Yeah, I don't know, and for some reason that game seems to be the only one that can get any sort of esports traction. I don't know why it's not.
Well, the others go through patches. League of Legends has this consistency. They don't necessarily. They're not number one in peak, but they're number one. every time they have a high number. But like you'll have the world championships for Rocket League or the world championships for COD or uh, Valorant or something like that, Apex, and I mean they'll pull in some massive numbers. But
Really?
that's the only time. That's the only time they do.
But it seems like that's the only one that gains like. There's maybe I'm wrong about this, but I feel like League of Legends is the only thing that's got like global tournaments, like cross
Well,
border
League of
tournaments.
Legends has to be number one. I mean, I could be wrong on this, but I feel like League of Legends has to be number one in Korea,
Oh,
Japan,
yeah,
probably China.
yeah.
And I feel like those are the hotbeds for esports in general, both playing and watching.
It's kind of sad to me. I mean, look, we could. I mean, back in the day, I could literally turn on. Shoot, what was it? USA hosted Halo tournaments on TV
Yeah,
on
MLG
Saturdays.
Halo 2.
Oh, it was fantastic, man! I remember waking up and watching the pro players.
Speaking of which, there was a Halo tournament today, finished up today, Championship Sunday. The next to last major in Halo Infinite, the very last, at least officially ran tournament by HCS, which is funded by Microsoft, is the end of October. It's the World Championships.
Yeah,
What's crazy to me is when Halo Infinite first started for their major tournaments, Championship Sunday would get over 100,000 concurrent viewers during the major matches.
yeah.
The most I saw today during Championship Sunday was 12K.
Ooh,
That's a pretty big fall off right there.
I mean, what's keeping folks from getting the attention? I mean, obviously, I have no interest in Infinite. I've never even played Infinite. I played the beta. I think I played a couple of, like, maybe 3 or 4 games. At one session, I played on Infinite's beta. Like, what's keeping people from doing? Is it that there's too many people that are just split on it? You know, when you look at traditional sports, you know, there's 4 big ones. They all schedule it so it's different times of the year. Is it is it because there's so many different video games that
That's probably one thing. I mean, back when Halo 2 and Halo 3 were peak esports, there just weren't a lot of options. But there's every game almost at this point that's multiplayer thinks it can be a competitive esport and tries it. The finals major comes up, first major comes up pretty soon. That game's been out for almost 2 years now, and they are just now ramping up esports.
I wonder how much of it has to do with the fact that, you know, the company that makes the game has a lot of say over how the game is played.
Which is interesting because in MLG's peak, Bungie did not.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, I think back to Halo 5 competitive, right? There was all these cool button glitches and things coming out on how to do, like, really cool stuff. And then Bungie, 343 Industry patched it.
It's happened in Infinite, too.
Has it?
Yeah.
Which is insane. Like,
It's
you're talking about high-level competitive things that are not easy to perform in-game. And then it's super hype when...
Increases the skill gap, increases the experience for the player and the spectator. And in 2 back-to-back games, 343, now Halo Studios has thought that it'd be a good idea to take those things away because it wasn't what they intended.
Yeah. No, I mean, imagine if in football they're like, oh, I mean, that professional player can kick a 30-yard field goal, but from now on, every time, you know, you're going to go for a field goal, we're going to bring it up to the 3 yards away from you so that it's easier to...
So everybody can do it.
So that everybody could do it, and that you're not going to make your viewer feel isolated. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like they do. And it shouldn't be that way. It should be like, okay, here's the game. It's released. Whatever you figure out, that goes. Unless, of course, it's something that's just totally game-breaking.
Yeah.
You know? But Halo 2 had its button glitches. Double shot, BXR. I mean, man, when a pro would do a BXR on another pro, it was like, I mean, it was hype. I mean, people would be screaming. Double shot, yeah. Pulling off a legit quad shot with a BR.
What MLG realized was, hey, those things are skill. Now, at the same time, there was also super bouncing in Halo 2.
Which was game-breaking.
and they realized, hey, we should not allow this. So they said, all right, we're not going to change the game the way it's played. We're just going to see what should or shouldn't be allowed, which is funny that that's the case as well in Halo Infinite, but only in terms of things like weapons. They've come to gentlemen's agreements amongst the pro community on weapons that shouldn't be allowed in competitive tournaments, and they all agree to it. They're still on the map because 343 doesn't change their settings, but
You're kidding.
the players said, hey, we don't think the shotgun should be used on this map, so it's a gentleman's agreement that nobody picks it up.
They can't go and Forge and edit that?
No, because they don't make the settings.
What do you mean?
So 343 makes the settings, and 343 says
for the tournaments?
Yeah, we want the shotgun on the map.
Oh my gosh.
We want the shotgun on the map, but all the pros agree to the fact that they don't want to use the shotgun, so they don't pick it up.
If you want to know why Halo has fallen, or Halo esports has fallen off, there's your answer. That's ridiculous. Like MLG was a third party, was third party entirely. Like they let the community decide.
Yeah,
that level. It's a you're over here dancing. You got to go to the bathroom?
Yes.
All right. I tell him every time before the show starts that he should go to the bathroom, and he's always like, "I don't have to go right now." And like a child. Anyway, I'm gonna pause it again, and he'll be back soon.
Hey, this is the editor, and in post I saw this addendum to the podcast, and I just want to state for the record that everything just stated by my co-host is blasphemy.
Okay. Yeah, we took a little break. He is back now.
I had to go to the bathroom incredibly badly. Probably have had to about half the podcast.
No, it puts a little bit of stress on you, so you talk more.
Yeah, it's a pressure situation.
Yeah, high pressure.
High pressure. Not used to having a mic in front of me.
Well,
except I look in the mirror.
I tell you what, we can go ahead and probably wrap this one up anyway. I've seen your that wifey has tried to call you a couple of times. Hopefully, it's nothing urgent.
It's not. She texted me too, but I did say I'd be home at a certain time, and I still.
And then we got to watching
the Mega Bonk.
The Mega Bonk, which it does kind of feel like a little bit of clickbaity, something from the devs to like it's not Mega Blocks, but it's like Mega Bonks or whatever.
Mega Bonk.
Yeah.
Well, there's things in the game that referred to bonk items. There's the big bonker.
Yeah. So we'll probably play that. And so this is episode.
I want to play it on Xbox. I don't want to play it on PC though.
Yeah, I know you're weird like that.
Yeah,
it's
There's
not hard.
Good achievements.
It's not hard to play with a mouse and keyboard.
It's hard to use my left hand.
For what? You use it for movement already.
Yeah, with my thumb.
You can't use 3 fingers?
No.
And this is why we don't get to play video games too much together anymore, because he won't move over to PC.
But you got a controller. You can play on Xbox. Or you can play PC games with a controller.
You know what I found out? Halo Wars 2 is not on Steam. I've been playing a lot of Age of Mythology, which is another real-time strategy. I wanted to play that.
So we were talking about the Halo World Championships, and they said that they're announcing the next major iteration of Halo.
Yeah.
What if it's Halo Wars 3? Imagine the outcry and backlash if they announced Halo Wars 3 at the Halo World Championships instead of... I'd take the Halo Combat Evolved remastered squared at this point.
Yeah, the remastered edition. Yeah.
But it should be essentially...
Is that a joke that people have been saying online? Is like...
I mean, it probably is, but I haven't seen it.
Halo Wars 3.
I mean, they just announced last week that they're announcing the next Halo.
Well, I mean, they announced...
Or updating us on the next Halo.
Wasn't it like last year that they announced the new... they were moving over to the Unreal Engine?
Yeah, which is why we were supposed to have had the new Halo already, but they had to completely scrap it because they were swapping to...
This is too hard to work with. We didn't learn how to use this in game design school. Yeah. We know how to use the Unreal Engine, though, because that's what everybody uses.
Yeah.
And so they just scrapped the entire old Halo engine.
I hope they're still
ridiculous
hiring on the premise of we want to hire people that don't like Halo so they can make Halo games that people that don't like Halo will like. That is still the most mind-boggling hiring practice I've ever heard of practically in any professional sphere, but especially video game design, where it's like we want to hire people that don't like what we make, so they'll make a version of what we make different enough that the people that don't like it will like it.
Yeah,
what?
Imagine if Bethesda came out and did something like that with like the next Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Like, we intentionally hired people that don't like Elder Scrolls so that we can make the next Elder Scrolls for people
Just
that don't like it.
Insert any game with any developer here, and it's never going to make sense.
Yeah,
it's never going to make sense.
It's insanity. Yeah.
Good job, 343 Microsoft. That makes me want to pull out every follicle of hair that I have.
Yeah, dude. I've been so done with Halo for a while, man. I can only be so loyal. Like, I can't wait another 20 years for, I don't know. They even tried Halo 2 Anniversary and it wasn't good. Maybe, I don't know. As long as if they just need to keep supporting Master Chief Collection. That's all I care about. Just keep Master Chief Collection alive and we'll be fine.
I wonder if they plan to put Halo 5 and Halo Infinite down the road in the Master Chief Collection. I mean, it has Halo Reach already, which doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but that didn't come originally.
It didn't come originally, but it's not.
But Halo
MC, it's not Master
Halo
Chief.
Reach was built on the Halo 3 engine. It was not a difficult port for them.
Yeah, but it's not Master Chief.
I understand.
If it was the Halo collection, then I'd be fine with it.
Technically he's in Reach.
Yeah, but you don't play.
No, you don't play as him. No. But I mean, Master Chief's origin story, which that's not Master Chief's origin story, but it's like the like what leads up to Halo 1. It's a prequel, you know. And Halo Reach wasn't a bad game. I mean, at the time we thought it was like this is a terrible game, but then when we look at it now, comparing it to today's games, it was like, oh, I will take that. I would take that again if. Oh,
you know what? I might be in the minority here, but you know what does bum me out kind of about the Halo franchise as a whole, and like what was originally announced a while back that never came to fruition was that they were planning to make
the Halo Mega Bloks game.
No, well, I mean, to a certain extent, yes, but not exactly that. The fact that they were going to make more Halo games in using the Halo universe that weren't specifically to the like original trilogy and the follow-up Halo trilogy,
yeah,
that were not Master Chief stories, but more Reach-esque or Halo Wars-esque games that were games set in the Halo universe that followed other stories. Like there was apparently a game I think it was codenamed Halo Gravemind that was in production for a while. That was a first-person horror game where you were trying to survive the flood,
like being a Marine or something.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
And I don't know what happened to it in the end, but I guess it got scrapped. Games like that. There's a lot of potential for stories to be told in the Halo universe that aren't just about Master Chief, but they said they were exploring avenues there, and then it became apparent that at 343 they can't even focus on the main game and make it good, much less do all these side standalone games. But if somebody competent came in charge of the Halo IP, I would love to see games like that.
Well, I wouldn't hold your breath.
Yeah,
you'll
maybe the Saudis will come swoop in.
You'll suffocate before they even start working on it.
That's my biggest concern with Saudi is what happens to Mass Effect.
Mass Effect?
Oh yeah.
I thought they wrapped it up. I thought Mass Effect's been wrapped up. I thought they were done.
So Mass Effect 3 came out, hugely disappointing with the ending after the great stories of 1, 2, and most of 3. And then Andromeda came out like 2017 or something like that. 2018. I can't remember when Andromeda came out. And it was fun. It had better combat than the original trilogy, but its storyline was worse. But I still wanted to see a sequel, which they've apparently been working on for quite a while.
Yeah, we'll see.
It just doesn't follow the original character. You're a new character, and you're exploring the Andromeda Galaxy versus the Milky Way.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential with it. I think that they're going to have to focus on making good games. Like the whole reason for this acquisition and even their recent involvement in sports is they realize that their entire economy is run on oil, and what they want to have is their economy's revenue generated in like diversified sectors.
Yeah.
So I think you'll see. I think you'll see they'll make an effort to make good games, and I think that they'll also do a couple of things that we don't do here in the States. That has been a disappointment in a lot of video games because of certain political views being pushed down people's throats through the video game form of entertainment. It'll be, I don't know, it could be a big win for video games, to be honest. You know, if they start doing things different than the way we do it here over in the States, and they're doing better and they're making more money, then the American companies will follow suit. But
I think we get an oil rig simulator.
Oil rig simulator. It sounds like a great idea for a VR game.
I had a joke that I thought probably I shouldn't make.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I probably could make it. It's too soon.
I don't know. Maybe we should start a Patreon so we can have all of the jokes that we want to make that are behind, but it's behind a paywall. Yep, that's getting cut. that's all right, and that is the end.
Applause after my joke. Thank you.
I was starting I was making a visual cue for us. So
like the placard, like the take two.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Yeah, no, that joke got cut, guys. Sorry about that one. But thanks for listening to episode 9 of.
Oh, I mean, you just.
Why don't you outro us? I always outro and intro us.
Well, okay. I mean, see you next time. Well, no, don't see you next time. Listen to us next time on the Cuz Words podcast featuring Madison and yours truly. That's it. I mean,